Hey girls, we're going to look at some clips from last weekend. While we know that the results were never really in question or doubted, we do want to kind of focus on a couple of things that maybe we could improve on. Some of the matches get a little bit more competitive in league play. So we're really just going to be looking at moments where we can switch the point of attack. There are some positive good moments as well. But we're just looking at, you know, some different scenarios when we gain possession of the ball. Is the ball secure? Do we have clear control of it? Are we trying to force play centrally? Or are there moments where we can get the ball, from one side to the other once the opponent is fixed? So, this first one, you're just going to see, how all of their team is essentially, on this side of the field. And recognizing the moments, when, but also how to do it. We kind of know the why. The why is if we can get the ball over to this side, it'll force them to move and give us more openings to create scoring opportunities. So, once we see this situation here, now it's maybe me getting, at a different angle to be able to receive the ball, so that we can release, the left side. There's still an opportunity to do it here. But again, we're playing into an organized defense or a set defense on their half, and we've got to get it to this other side. I think that's Lizzie on the other side. We've got to be able to transfer it over a little bit faster, to put them under a little bit of pressure. So again, by not doing that, we lose possession of the ball, and then if it's a potentially good attack that we're against, they can create their own scoring opportunities, by unbalancing us because we're pushing numbers far forward. So can we secure the ball here in this situation? Yes, we do. And now it's a matter of how do we get the ball, from one side to the other. I think that's Elise there. Are we able to maybe get the ball in to her and then play it out the other way? Doesn't matter. We didn't need to. We still keep good possession of the ball. It's just an option there. I think this is a situation where now Ava's getting on the ball, and as she turns, the big switch is on. So could she do it here, and then go there? Yeah, but if you can bypass seven opponents with one ball, why not do it? So in that situation, once the ball is switched over, now we want to make sure we're creating some potential combination play, with Carly there. I think we get the service off, which is great. It's a good opportunity to score, but because of that switch, we were able to get several numbers in the box here. And again, I want you to see the difference is when they have everybody blocking the middle of the field. Once you've opened them up and made this player go out wide, it creates more spaces here, and 1v1s to get opportunities in front of the goal. So we scored several goals like that over the weekend. So again, seeing how condensed they are in this area right here, they're pretty dense just in that area there. So obviously, the objective here is to try and get the ball into these areas and spread them out a little bit more. But fair play to all of you trying to, do good things and combining there. But it's just so congested that, it doesn't take much for them to get a foot on the ball and just to clear the danger. Carly does a good job of switching or getting the ball played from one side to the other. But it's not, we're not really switching the point of attack, because in the event a player in the middle gets the ball, Lizzie should be receiving the ball out here, and then we're stretching their whole back line. But instead, we did a good job to try and keep it. And, but now look at us trying to go through the middle. You can see where all their players are again. And yeah, we may score a goal like that, but it's much harder to break a team down, from that distance under pressure when they have 7, 8 players in there. So again, I don't mind this decision from Kylie here. She wants to switch the ball. I think we could probably put our foot on it now and then switch it and play out the other way, because if you see there are 4 players here, they're just asking us to, play into this area so they can press it. We get out of it, but we're under a little bit of pressure. Can we get the ball now quickly into this area here because you see all that open space up ahead of us. Again, Hannah, I think that's you. If Hannah can get on the ball here, transfer the ball to the other side with tempo and a little bit quicker, again, that can be the same ball here. But instead, we try and force it into the play. And if you think back, look at all this open space right in this area right there that any one of us, any one of the of you on the field at this point could have gotten the ball back to Hannah or back to Kylie and switched the point of attack. And again, it doesn't always happen that way, but just giving you guys more ideas so that we don't have to deal with a counter. Like if a quality opponent is against us here, now these players are all running into the spaces where they can attack us, and that's that can be problematic. And we'll look at a transition to defend clip a little later. Finding the combinations, really important here. Again, once this ball goes out, do we have width? Can we have a forward checking in? Can we have players running in behind? Right now, it's almost like we're forcing it into this area to dribble, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue shirts around. So, sometimes Sarah will get through that, but we're just having to deal with a lot of players there, as opposed to playing quick and 1 and 2 touch. A little 1 and 2 touch here, we get the ball out, and now can we start to look forward at some of our teammates? Where's the area that we want to attack here? Is there a combination option for Lizzie? Is anybody checking back to get the ball here? Is Mia coming back to maybe get the ball so we can switch it out to this side? If a forward checks, can the second one run in behind? Do we have a wide runner? It's just not many options here. And, we're kind of just forcing the play and hoping that it all works out. Good little switch here. So what's the next action? The outside back isn't wide enough, so maybe I think that's Alex or Ava. Maybe we can now come a little bit wider so we can create space for forwards to get on the ball. But again, it's too narrow, and now we're just kind of forced to lump it in and hope, as opposed to getting to our positions quicker, spreading out and creating some of these passing combinations that you guys are very good at. Nice little bounce here. Can we get the ball out wide and then play a 1-2 here? Maybe that's an option. Good little ball in. But again, a lot of players there to get through. Okay, so quick couple of clips to transition to defend. Let me start that over again. So we lost possession of the ball. Good immediate pressure on the ball. A little far away once your center back commits, we're a little far away, and there's a lot of space for them to be able to attack. As this is happening, we want to make sure that we're shifting in. Obviously our midfield is working back as well, but if they play it out wide, Lizzie's got to go. So Kylie, Elise, and Carly need to be comfortable that they're getting over and providing enough space or enough a close enough cover. We're still a little spread out here. There's a free player running in on the 18. So again, just real quick, starts back here. Once a center back goes, we've got to make sure that we're a little bit closer to cover, because knowing that Lizzie's probably going to go out there, we've got to have a little bit more density with our shape to be able to stop that. Very narrow in terms of our possession here. Good to get it out wide. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. So the immediate pressure on the ball, this from our center backs all the way to our forwards, that is a lot of space for us to have to deal with, and so there's some confusion on the back line. We don't really have a really good flat four shape there. So just recognizing that that's the player we have to challenge real quick because our midfield is out of position because they were attacking. We've got to get tight on her right away and apply some pressure, maybe a tactical foul. The other three defenders are doing a great job there of covering, but that initial ball to the forward is something that we really, really have to focus on. Last one is we just scored a goal, little big five moment. Are we too spread out and allowing a team to just, come right back down our throats after we score a goal? That's something, again, not going to fix it, this second, but just to give you an idea why we talk about these big five moments so often is all it takes is a little switch off and a player slips a ball through into a forward off their kickoff and we're taking the ball out of the back of the net. So again, just some ideas. None of us are questioning or doubting the results from the weekend. I mean, purely dominant. As we do video on a schedule, sometimes we're looking at games where you dominate, but we're trying to find moments that we can at least help you look at, and take a look at what you can maybe improve on for future games. And obviously as opponents get really strong, hopefully you remember a couple of things about center backs to forwards, what's the distance, and making sure that we're challenging that first ball, switching the point of attack versus teams that are in a low block. All very important things, which you guys know, but the more you see it, the more it'll become habit to create the solutions as well. So any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch, and we'll see